Hi, welcome to the new video. I am Rohit Desai, co-founder of JB Experts. In this video, we are going to discuss in 10 steps what is the whole process as a merchant exporter I have to get into export-import business. What are the steps I need to follow? What are the sequence level? And then what are the process I need to do it in every single step. So let's go deep understanding about it. So the first step is going to be like first I need to identify the product. I need to identify the manufacturer or this domestic supplier who can help me to get the products. Along with that, I need to give him he has to share me a pro forma invoice so that I can make him the advance payment. Either I am going to partner with the manufacturer for a long-term business, or else I can look towards saying that, okay, it's a transactional relationship. So what I'll do is I'll get an order from the international market, I'll pass it, I'll modify it, and I'll send out the requirement to the manufacturer. I'll get the products ready and ship it back. So if you're doing that, then this is a process. So here you are a merchant exporter, you are associated with multiple factories, you can deal in multiple products, but in a similar industry it should be better. But if you're dealing in some products and some factories along with, so normally you don't need to waste your time saying that, okay, in just hiding out the name, number, company's details, all of it. So many times what happens here is the products are manufactured in the buyer's name, not in my name, not in your name, not in the factory's name, it's on the buyer's name. So manufacturer will get to know who is the buyer is. So in today's situation, it's on you. How do you want to manage your agreements? Either you have to get it everything written saying that, okay, until I get the new deals or new buyers, or as far as I'm getting the buyers for you, I don't want you to bypass me at any given cost. Either with the current buyer, even if I terminate the agreement for next 5 years, I don't want you to deal in. So if you put all of these clauses, you have a lot of agreements and drafts ready with us. So you can take it, you can put the clause so that your manufacturers are being tied up, and then we can take the things forward from there. So this is very important to understand because you are getting into a business. There is a trust factor which is going to be played. So you need to make sure that, okay, if the manufacturer can bypass me, will that affect my business? Yeah, of course, because a manufacturer can give a better rate than whatever. See, how far I say it is, people consider, do not take it in a very good manner as a middle payers, as a middleman, or we call it as a brokers or commission agents or something like that. Even JB Experts is one of it. But still, what happens here is people will take it very wrongly, saying that, okay, these middlemen are going to take more benefit than me. I need to earn more than them. So these are all something that old school thoughts are there still, but these are the situations. So we have to deal with that. So in those cases, what I suggest you is get into a strong agreement where your manufacturer cannot bypass. And moreover, in India, I don't want you to tie up with some factories which is already exporting. They already have a team, they already have a setup, they don't have a requirement or a support of yours, they don't need it. So by force, if you're getting into those kind of trades, then normally it may not work. Some people are the local domestic manufacturers. They are dealing and dying in the domestic market. They don't want to get into exports. So in those cases, you can get in touch with them. You can get a tie-up. You can get into an agreement with them and then start promoting their product to the global market. So then what is the next step you're going to do is you're going to acquire the buyer. You have the product, you have the agreement, everything is in place. Now you're going to getting the buyer. That's the main thing. So when you get the buyer here, you're going to share out the pro forma invoice to him, and then he's going to share you back the purchase order. Once the purchase order is received, if the advance payment has been received with the pro forma invoice, when you're sharing the pro forma invoice, the main reason, the difference between, what is the difference between the pro forma invoice and the invoice? Just it is written as pro forma invoice and this is invoice. It's an exact replica of it. Pro forma invoice is to share, just say that I need advance payment. This is the final contract, what we are getting signed in, and this is the amount, and I need this much of advance payment. So to get up advance payment, you are going to share the pro forma invoice. Against to that pro forma invoice, he is going to release the purchase order with the advance payment if he is agreed on it. If your payment terms is different, then obviously this is not going to apply, but still this is the wholesome situations. So once you have a supplier in place or a manufacturer in place, and then your buyer is also ready. So what is the next step? We are going to prepare a pre-shipment preparations. What is that? I got an order from my buyer. Now I need to tune it and take off all the letterheads and all of the other basic details, whatever the manufacturer needs. I'll collect that and put it to a separate agreement and send it to the manufacturer so that he can start the manufacturing. And when I'm giving him the order with the purchase order, because here also you need to release one more purchase order to the factory. So you may have not got confused here, because here there is a purchase order and even here is a purchase order. But this purchase order is from the buyer to you, and here this is from you to the manufacturer. So don't get confused that no, this is like double purchase orders coming in. So one, you will receive it, and second, you will release it. So in those cases, whenever you are sending a purchase order, you need to take off all the details, whatever is required, send it to the manufacturer and ask him to do it before deadline, or reduce 2-3 days so that you have a buffer to fulfill the orders. Even some cases, packaging will take time, some production errors will come in, so a lot of things goes wrong. But overall, your production should be having something like, okay, it should not pass your deadline. That's the main thing. So when you are mentioned in your purchase order, it always says that, okay, your order should be shipped, the BL should be shipped, or the container should be loaded before this date. So please make sure you take care of that. So I don't want anything to go wrong. Before, it should be like a buffer. It should be like within 15 days, 20 days, 30 days, something like that. So within 15 days means it can be even 1 day also. But still, you need to mention it so that you have a buffer, so that later, if you just pass the deadline, then there will a penalty comes in, so you should be aware from it. So that's something is a pro tip. So take that to the consideration when you're preparing such agreements or purchase orders. So then you put your align with your factory, you do all your internal communications, procurement, purchase planning or procurement planning. That's again is to the factory, they will do it, but you need to supervise it, because that can go somewhere wrong. Your reputation is on the stake. So it should be like something like you need to be sure that this has been properly managed. Then comes the quality inspection. And if the buyer has already asked you and you know that you have to get it a third party inspection, once the goods are ready, you're going to put a request to the third party agencies who are going to come down. Maybe normally SGS is preferred, but still normally if it's a buying country or the buyer is requesting for some other agencies, you need to add it. But you need to make sure that if that request is been coming to you before you know it that it's going to come, you need to add that cost to your quotations, because this is every price is going to come from the buyer. There is nothing that you're going to put it from your pocket. It's all from the buyer itself. So you need to be sure that everything has been added to your quotations, and then you receive the purchase order. Or else like you may miss up something and you can screw up something. So that's the situation. Then shipment booking. So here what you're going to do is you're going to instruct your freight forwarder, what is the container, what's the product, what's the dimension, what's the weight, what is the product, and the HS code of it, and what are the documentations that I need. So he is very much clear. He's going to send you the container either by shipping line or a airline. So whatever you prefer, like is it you're sending it the air or with the sea routes. So based on that, he will send you the container. Then you will do a stuffing plan. Stuffing plan, I have already made a video separately. So if you have not watched it, please go and watch it, so that you are going to load the products to the container. Agreed. But how are you going to load it? So what boxes goes up, what boxes goes down. If it's all universal, then yeah, no problem. But if it's a different sizes, different varieties and all of it, then it's a combination of container, then you have a bit of challenge. So you need to make sure how are you going to align your boxes, how are you going to do it. These are something that is there. But yeah, I have already shared a free tool that is going to help you to do that, if that is something which is going to help. So please go and watch that video later of this, okay? Then next, I'm going to do a pre-shipment documentation, which I'm going to prepare the document. Commercial invoice, I know it because I already got a purchase order. Against to that, I need to prepare it. I've already shared the pro forma invoice. Now, just I'm going to convert it to a commercial invoice. So then comes difference between commercial invoice and invoice is both the same. So don't worry about it. Then comes the packaging list. So which says like, okay, what's the boxes, what's the pieces, how many pieces are in the box, and how many boxes in the container, and how many containers. These are the list of packaging list which I need to share with the customers. So I'll prepare that because I know how many pieces are in the box and how many boxes in the container and how many containers I'm shipping. So this is very clear. I'm sending it out. Then delivery channel. So this is for a transporter to the CFS station. So to get a signature, that's not something, neither the customers will ask it or neither the customs. So both the cases, this is not required. Then transport documentations, LR or GR. So these are required when you're sending it via rail or via road. If for Bhutan, Nepal, some Bangladesh, something via road. So only in those cases, this is act as a BL copy, or else not required. Then comes the LUT copy, ARE1, or you can take a bond or you can go under the LUT. So what is LUT is? Your basic thing is I purchase a product, I pay the taxes, and then I export. But Indian government says that, okay, you need to export the product, not the taxes. So government of India wants you to take the credit or take it back, or either whatever you have paid it, one, you don't pay it, or if you have paid it, we'll reimburse it. So both the situations you can do this. So what you can do here, you can take a LUT, that's of letter of undertaking, so that you can get it done from your CA. So you can tell him, I want a letter of credit, a letter of LUT, so letter of undertaking. So he will give you the LUT so that you can purchase the products, everything under 1% GST, and even that is also can be reimbursed. So in many cases, people pay the GST because it's a higher value, right? Again, one is I have to arrange my capital for product. Along with that, I need to arrange my capital for other things. So it's going to be a bit challenging. So I don't want to pay the GST. So please take a LUT and start working. So these are all the documents. I can just prepare it from my printer and my laptop. That's all done. So what next? Next comes with my CHA or a freight forwarder. The CHA is going to bill a shipping bill in the will going to be filed online in IceGate system. So IceGate is a one-time registration, which is a government portal. Well and good, one single window does everything for you. So you will be having your own dashboard. The CHA will be having his different dashboard. You need to appoint that CHA in your system as a CHA. So he will get the access for your filings. So he can do it from his system itself, then all pretty good enough. So once he files a shipping bill, then the custom inspection, they will visit the products, they will plan the container, they know everything about it because everything is properly filed in the shipping bill. So this is almost done. So you don't need to worry about it. And why I say get it done from a professional is always because you can mess up something. We are all human beings, we can do typo errors, we may not sure that, okay, what to take, what to not take, what to be mentioned, what not to be mentioned. Maybe we are not so, it's not a day job. We are into many other things. So filing this, it will be saving you some money. That's it. But what I suggest you is do it, get it done from the professionals. I don't want you to do it because you have hundreds of things. Marketing, sales, business development, product development, hundreds of things goes in. But when it comes to shipping bills and all, I don't want you to get into it. This is not really something, a big money you're going to save. And every penny is coming from the buyer. Why are you worried about? So get this done from a professional so that these things are being sorted. Then comes the export declaration form. So that's again a format, you get it from your freight forwarder. You just need to sign it, mention few details about the product and everything, why are you exporting other things, and then send it off. Then inspection certificate, maybe your exporting country, you're exporting, there is a importing country has a requirement saying that, okay, I want the product to be inspected from this agency, specifically from this agency. We have a cheaper options, we may get it a local inspections to get it done. But when an importing country says it, that only this authorized entities can do the testing or certification or inspection of it, only then the products can enter my country. In that case, you have to get those certifications or inspection done from those agencies so that the products are properly delivered. Once the products are there, then you are going to search for a certification. That may not really work. It is a bit complicated. So it's better you understand what's the requirement, what is the compliance rules. Based on that, get the inspection done and send the products to the buyer so that even he doesn't face any hurdles. I think the product has gone, so why should I worry? He has to come back to you. Understand this. We are in a long-term business. We are not in a short-term business. We are not in a so-called shortcut business. So whenever we are doing it, if you're not scamming your buyer, then yeah, this is something we should go for. We always focus on the buyer saying that, okay, we are long-term partners. Whenever we are sending it, we also want you to come back. I don't want you to face any hurdles. So if he is not knowledgeable about it, he is not aware of few rules changes or few notifications, then you have to guide him if you know it. Or else he will guide you whatever you don't know about it, right? So end of the day, get the inspections done and make sure certificate of origin is being taken from Chamber of Commerce. Again, you don't need to do it, your freight forwarder will do it. But in just in case, if your buyer wants to take a benefit because he's going to take a tax exemptions or import duty exemptions, in both cases, it could be a free trade agreement or a preferential trade agreements. In both the cases, there is a benefits. So in that situation, the buyer will be looking forward for certificate of origin preferential certificates. So in both the cases, you need to get the preferential certificates either from DGFT or from the trade.gov.in. So in this situation, again, you need to tell your freight forwarder about it. So you need to get those documents aligned. Then comes the pathosanitary certificate or health certificate. This comes only for agriculture product or animal product. So someone is saying like, okay, engineering products needs a pathosanitary. No, not really. So he's just pulling it off, or he wants just extra penny from you. So just make sure you know that. Okay. Then the logistic shipment. This is nowhere something that you are going to get involved here. Once your documents have been submitted, everything has been properly done, the custom is already inspected, the products are loaded to the container. Once that container is being handed over to the shipping line, they will release the bill of lading. Once you get a bill of lading from the shipping line, that is what you're going to send it to your customer. Either direct if you already received the money, or if it's under the payment term of LC, DP, DA terms and all of it, in that cases, you are going to send the documents through the bank. Either it could be airway bill or bill of lading, anything has to be shipped through a bank when the payment terms say so. It all depends on your payment terms. So please make sure if you have not watched the payment terms, please go and watch the payment terms. What are the payment terms? How are the processes are going to be? So understand that and then get into exports. Okay. In the seventh option, you are not going to do anything. You are going to get all the documentations. Soon you receive all of these copies. Either you send it directly to your buyer if your payment terms are already received, or if you have not it, then you need to send it to the bank. In LC terms, letter of commercial invoice, packaging list, bill of lading or airway bill, certificate of origin, inspections or health certificate or pathosanitary certificate, insurance copy, and even export promotion copy or shipping bills, copies of shipping bills or a photocopy of it or the final proof of exports. All the documents should be piled up and then given to the customer as in a form of courier if I have already received the money. If I have not, then give it to the bank and then get your payments cleared. So this is the whole process when you are going to complete it. So your shipping is done, your logistic is done, your documents are in your hand. Now go back to the bank. Okay, tell them, one is like when you shipped it, so they know already the documents are shipped, the money has come in. So once the money has already come into your bank account, your transaction is completed. Now you need to tell the bank that please release EBRC. So normally EBRC is an electronic copy, but some banks doesn't offer it on dashboard. So you have to go to the bank and request for it. So get the EBRC copy. Only then it will be considered that you have completed the whole cycle of export, or else it will be said as incompleted. So please make sure when you have submitted your invoice, when you have received the money, match it, submit it, then your EBRC will be ready to generate. So there are a lot of banks who gives you a dashboard which you can settle it on the dashboard itself. You can do that. If not, then yeah, there is a challenge that you have to go to the bank, old school, go back to the bank, submit the form, ask the branch manager, educate them on what is EBRC is. Because in normally tier 2 or tier 3 cities, it's very difficult to make, even in Bangalore, kind of a tier 1 cities, we call it as metro cities, but some people don't know what it is. So you need to educate them, you need to tell them, and again it depends on what bank you're dealing with. So if it's a good bank, public limited banks and sort of that. So they may have a setup to help you out, but yeah, in many cases they may not be educated about it. That's going to be a problem. So choose a bank wisely so that they can support you in all the front, so that you don't need to take a burden on yourself and break your heads on every transactions, or they will be misleading with so much of information which is not really a fact. So consider that. Then you need to take inward remittance certifications. That's something required once you get your payments in foreign currency. You have said that your payments are settled, you got your certifications, you got your EBRC, you're done with it. So bank process is completed here. The last process is, now I have paid the GST, or either I have used a LUT. If I paid the GST, then I have to get the money back because that was not supposed to be paid. Then in that case, what I'm going to do is I'll ask my CA to file a GST refund and file it. So CA is going to do it. So you are going to submit him the shipping bill details, the EBRCs and everything, so that he can ask for a refund. The whole cycle is completed. Please help me with my GST money. So that will be bank transfers. So you'll get the money back. Then comes the road tap. That's an incentives from government. So road tap or duty drawback, DD or road tap is both something that it's a government incentive. When you exported something, there is a percentage of it. So you'll get an incentive on your FOB value, not on a CIF value. Okay. So when you are getting a FOB value, so there are a certain percentage or a rupees is being capped. So in that, whatever you have exported, this is being submitted again for the claim. Who does it? Normally your CHA does it. If your CA is smart enough to handle it, yeah, he can do it also. Then comes the bank certifications, or saying that, okay, you go back to the bank and say that, okay, these are all the benefits which I have taken, these are the documents, collect all of it, pile it. For one single transaction, you can hold the documents minimum for at least 5 years. You need to keep those copies with you. So manage all the records properly so that you have a proper system, either digital and physical copies which can be managed. Okay, this is the wholesome process that you can handle, you can run your business on, and these are the 10 steps for your export business. When either you're merchant trader, even for manufacturer it's the same, but still some steps will be additional and some steps will be passed on. So here, if you want your help in export import business, you want to grow your export import business, but you are starting new, you're not sure how the things are going to work up for you. So in those cases, what you can do is you can outsource all the 9 steps to us. We can help you with finalizing with the buyer, getting agreements, getting pro forma invoices, orders, everything. Shipping your product, getting all the documentations done, managing all your shipping processes, handling all your communications with the logistics team, getting your container loaded, inspection, custom issues, everything will be handled. And then even the banking negotiations also will do it for you. So even the closures, formalities, incentives, everything will be managed. Just one thing what you have to do here is you need to manage your factory, your product, your quality, your standards, because there itself it's a different ballpark. So here what I say is, many times what happens here is, if you are a one man army, so you know everything and you are going to do it all you by yourself, it's going to be a hassle. Either at the time you're going to pack it, you're monitoring it, sometimes you need to talk to the buyers, you miss it out, there are a lot of things goes wrong. We will fix it, we'll get it sorted, and then you can just manage. We can collab and we can work on one front. You work on the product procurement, handling, quality, packaging, labeling, and keep the products ready. From then after, delivering till the customers is our job, getting the money to you, getting the relation done. Even the post-sales order, recurring orders, post-relationship is everything will be taken care by my team. So if you are looking for some services like this, then please get in touch. Out of 10, we can do 9, you can do 1 perfectly. So we can collab and we can grow our business. So this is the situation what we are in. You can work with us in point of without investment. There is no fee upfront. You can go on open orders. There are a lot of requirements which we have published on our websites. Go bid, get registered and start exporting. That's one option. Second, you can look towards saying that, okay, act as a division, as an export division for us on our exports, represent my company in the global market instead of JB Experts. We can do that for you. You can go on monthly, or if you say like, okay, in B2B orders, it's monthly is not something viable. So what we can want is a long term. You can work on a lump sum amount and as well as a commission fixed for a lifetime, and we can collab on that. Or else you can say like, okay, I have a team, can you train my team? Yes, we can do that. Or you can say like, okay, I have a database, can you execute that? Even we have the plans for it. So I'll leave the number in the description. So you can call the team, check with them, what are the services that we provide, how are we going to work it up, and then if there is something that we can work together, there is a synergy which is happening, then yeah, it's a good for both of us, it's a win-win situation for us. We want to work on long term, on a ethical grounds. So if you need of any helps, you can get in touch with us. Okay, so there is one announcement which I want to make. We are going to start an export import business course on 14th. So if you are interested, if you want to learn faster, you want to learn directly from me and personalizing the whole course for you, then please join us on 14th. We are starting at 7 p.m. So if you are looking to join and learn directly from me, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, obviously you can learn from YouTube too, but there are some informations which you can personalize and take more than what we are sharing up here. Okay, this is all the information that I wanted to share. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching this. Take care. Bye-bye.